What's happening, sports fans?
Yep.
We welcome you to another week of the San Diego Prep Insider Quarantine Show, where we are all just chilling at home, talking about football now. We move on to a group of teams that are going to loosely be associated with what we believe is the Grossmont Hills League. It might be the Avocado League now. We don't know. Look, re-leaguing is on the last of everybody's mind right now, so we're sorry if we botch one or two of these, but we're trying to give you guys some sports to talk about. Down the line from me, as I realize now that I have not had it on me this whole time. Hi, everybody. But down the line from me, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Tommy Morris, say hello.
What's up? Tommy Morris here. How we doing?
Tommy, you said you got rid of the guitar in a fit of rage. Why?
It's not fair. They made never mind. I'll tell you guys, it's not fair. It's nothing bad. It's a personal problem that has to do with some of my neighbors. So
fair enough. So Tommy is in silent protest.
No, you can't explain it at 2 a.m. You know, whatever. I don't.
No, Laxina, what you munching on?
I got some pasta. I'll show you guys. I just got some leftover pasta. I feel good.
Ooh.
Got some pasta, some bread, some Arasano bread. It's low-calorie bread. And I got some mushrooms in there.
Where do we fall on on favorite breads down the line? Noah, we'll start with you. What's your favorite kind of bread?
I like pandesal. If you got, it's like kind of like Hawaiian rolls.
Oh, that's off the board. Okay, that's a deep choice.
Sourdough probably. But pandesal is like, if you guys don't know what pandesal is, you gotta cop some. It's fire.
We'll put it on the poll at SD Prep Insider on Twitter and Instagram. Do you know what pandesal is? Bodie De Silva, your favorite type of bread. Hello.
Hello. Can't go wrong with sourdough, really. I mean, I'm not picky. I'll eat any bread, really.
Fair enough. So, guys, we've got a group of teams to talk about that include a couple of really super nationally hyped up squads. The teams we're going to talk about on the show: Helix, Steele Canyon, Grossmont, Granite Hills, Cap, and Valhalla. You want to work our way in reverse of last year's standings, make people wait a little bit, tease them to the end of the show for those Helix previews?
I'm down.
Just going to say that we like all these teams. These are not in any preference order. We're just going in reverse standings from last year. So we'll start with Valhalla. The Norsemen kind of had a little bit of a rebirth at the beginning of last season. Keegan Baker going nuts in the backfield, running the ball, as Tommy Morris saw in person a couple of times last year. But then settling into a tough league schedule, and you take a couple of L's here and there. What do you got in store for them this year? Let's start with you, Tommy Morris.
Who is you may stay there, but you know you do return your second season. You do really return your second. That's always just be the quarterback. So he experienced last year. They didn't really throw much, throw about 80 times. So it's going to be a tough year for these guys. Not because anything; it's not their fault. They're just stuck in a really hard league. But I can see them eking out a win or two in league. And, you're still rebuilding there. They're on the right track. That's all I'm going to say. They're definitely on the right track. And Dave's killer bread, my favorite kind of bread, because you forgot to ask me.
I knew we were coming back around to you and that you wouldn't let something like that go because you are the culinary expert of the show. Noah Laxina, what do you see for the men in orange?
I think if you're Valhalla, you do have some hope, and you have a reason to be optimistic. You have 7 returning 3-year starters, so they've been starting since they were sophomore. 14 total returning starters from last year. So there's definitely some bright spots. Yes, you're losing Keegan Baker, losing a great running back, but to have that those other pieces come back to build upon that, I think they have reason to be optimistic. I feel like they'll get a couple wins. Like Tommy said, it's tough being in this league, but it's going to make them better for if they do make the playoffs, and for their non-league schedule, they should have some success this year.
Bodie De Silva from Scorebook Live joining us. Scorebook Live is the official digital partner of the entire CIF statewide, but we just care about their San Diego section guy, Bodie. So, Bodie, what do you see for Valhalla?
Yeah, I look at the guy like Josh Meredith. Last year, they used him both ways. Their leading receiver, second leading rusher. with Keegan Baker gone, I expect him to step up. He's picked up a couple offers in recent weeks, so I think he's going to have a big season, potential all-CIF guy for them that'll help them win throughout. Obviously, the league's tough, so hopefully they can get a couple of non-conference wins early to get things going.
Bodie, we'll stay right there with you, and we'll start with the El Capitan Vaqueros. What do you see for them this season?
Sorry, you broke up there.
I said we'll stay there right with you, and we'll go on to El Cap. What do you see for the Vaqueros?
Yeah, once again, it's going to be tough for them. I think coming into last year, there was a little more hope. Now they didn't perform the way they wanted. They did get a win against Granite Hills late in the year. So I think it's going to be a lot of the same, though. Tough league. Hopefully they can get some early wins on in non-league there and maybe sneak one out in league.
We'll go on to Noah Laxina. We apologize
with wins at any part of the schedule.
We'll move on to Noah Laxina. We apologize for the little bit of the lag. It appears that the internet on my end is getting a little bit swamped today. Noah, what do you got for El Cap?
Well, when you look at El Cap, I think they fall into that same line as Valhalla, as really struggling to earn their respect in the league. I feel like it's going to be a tough year for them, but at the same time, this could be a year that they prove us all wrong, and hopefully there's some guys over at Sarah that surprise us and become big names, big household names around San Diego, and I'm looking forward to see what that program brings this year. Tommy
Morris, your take on the El Cap Vaqueros?
I think they'll be all right this year. A guy's name you got to remember is Savion Yokley, really, really good athlete for them. He played wide receiver and safety last season. I would not shock me to see him go behind center and play quarterback this year. He's a very dynamic player, a kid that probably has got a shot to play in college. So there are some bright spots on this team, but similar to Valhalla, really tough league. I do like their out-of-league schedule. I will make a hot take right now. El Cap will only do I want to say undefeated? Yeah, whatever. For the sake of it, why not? Undefeated out of league with that schedule. Fuck it.
Red hot. All right, so Tommy, you're hot.
Hilltop might give him some problems. San Diego might give him some problems, but I think they have a very real shot of being undefeated out of league.
All right, Tommy, well, while you're in that hot take, red hot mindset, we'll pass the ball right back to you, and we'll go with Granite Hills. Your takes on the Eagles.
I'm sorry, I did not
Granite Hills.
Hear you.
Go.
Granite Hills, yes. I mean, they've been stuck in the situation where they're kind of in the middle of in the league, and I think that's probably going to be the same thing that's going to happen for them too. 1-4 last year in league. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think this is a team that's going to win 2, probably 3 games in league. I expect for them to, like I said, probably finish 3rd in this league and have another solid season.
Noah Laxina.
Yeah, 13 total returning starters. Their JV did really well last year. They went 7-3. So they have the ability to reload. I think having these other guys in this league is only going to make them better come playoff time. So I think even though during league they'll have a tough time against some opponents, I think they're going to be one of those teams that really surprise us, and that we're talking about late in the season next year. And I feel like in other leagues, they'd be a favorite. They'd be a favorite to win a lot of other leagues across the county. So, iron sharpens iron, and you're going to see a product of that with Granite Hills this year.
Bodie De Silva.
Yeah, I expect an improvement from them this year, especially in league. I think they get 2, maybe 3 wins. Returning quarterback Justice McComb threw 24 touchdowns last year. Was also their leading rusher with just under 500 yards. He ran in 7 more. And they have a ton of returners on defense, a lot of young guys that made tackles and sacks. And I think that experience is only going to help them really be competitive in this league. Now, I don't think that means a top 2 finish, but I think they can compete from 3rd place and possibly get 2 or 3 league wins.
Bodie, Grossmont, go.
Well, first, when you lose your quarterback that they've had for so long there, and Jamie Odom, it's going to be tough, but they've got Robert Tucker there, and the numbers he put up last year, just huge numbers offensively. It proved himself not just as a great running back, but as a running back that can catch the ball and put up huge numbers. So we always know they're gonna perform offensively. They've done that for years now. So if they can get the defense to come around, I think them and Granite Hills is a really good battle for 3rd probably in that league, and figuring out who can get 2 or 3 league wins.
Noah Lax, go.
When you talk about Grossmont, I'm gonna go and give a hot take. I think Tucker, if we were going by fantasy numbers, I think Tucker would be probably one of the most high scoring players in high school fantasy football. I think he's gonna have a Christian McCaffrey type season. They're gonna be super creative in how he gets the football. Even though they're losing their quarterback to graduation, they still have a gunslinger. Their backup quarterback last year, Justin Brown, he's a 6'3" guy. He had some goals last year when he came in, and Grossmont has an offense that they get every single one of their guys prepared. It seems like they're a really plug-and-play offense, even though their offense is really sophisticated. They make sure that everybody on the team knows their job, and it feels like every year they scheme on a lot of teams, and they're going to have a lot of home games like they always do. So look for Grossmont to be successful.
Tommy.
Yeah, defensively, they bring back a lot of juniors. They bring back their sack leader and Fulton, interception leader, and Diaz. I mean, it was not big numbers there, but I mean, at least it's something. We can mention Tucker all we want. I'm not going to beat the nail on the head. The head on the nail on the head. Nail in the head. What is that? How do you say it?
I don't know.
But I'm not going to be dead horse over it. They have 3 juniors coming back who had 20 receptions or more, so they do have some experience. And like Noah kind of said, that offense, it seems like they always figure it out no matter who's on that team. And I think they've got a good group of receivers that will be able to get the job done. This will be a team that I envision probably finishing 4th in this league. Them and Granite are pretty close. So, they will be kind of vying for, maybe even surprising people, because Steele Canyon, I think, will be down this year. We'll get to that in a second. But that pack of 3 will all be kind of pretty close to each other with Helix. We'll get to them also later. Kind of head and shoulders above everybody else.
Tommy, Steele Canyon, go.
Yeah, they returned their leading rusher in Wesley Neely. I think they're going to have to give him the ball a lot. You get a new quarterback, the good thing. I mean, bad thing, but good thing. Mendez Gal got some playing time, the junior quarterback last year, because there was an injury to the starter. So he has some – Mendez Gal got injured. So Elia got a chance for the last regular season game. So he got some experience. That's valuable for him coming into his season. So he's not totally new to football. I do think this will be a down year for them. That they've kind of just lost too many guys. But they will be competitive in the – like I said, them, Granite, and Grossmont will all be kind of neck and neck there, vying for that 2, 3, 4 spot in this league. It should be an exciting league.
Noah, Steele Canyon, go.
So Steele Canyon, they're always going to be a team that you have to look out for because they play really hard. They have a great coaching staff, and they're going to build their team on their defense. Their defense is always known as one of the top defenses in the county. Yes, I know they're losing some offensive power to graduation and to transfers, but at the same time, this is not going to be a team that's taken lightly. I know a lot of teams across the county, when they have Steele Canyon on their schedule, they're going to go into a dogfight, and I expect nothing less from Steele Canyon this season.
Bodie De Silva.
Yeah, the loss of Wes Neal, obviously a big deal for them, but I think that they'll have some younger players who will be able to step up, and they always make their mark defensively, as Noah said. Last year they were 12 points a game, and they do lose a lot of the key guys, but I think just the way that they've been able to prepare over the years, coaches get them ready. I still think it'd be a really competitive defense and somewhere middle of the pack in this league, competing with Granite and Grossmont.
I'd like to add, real quick, I want to add, maybe they might not be as good this year as they were last year, but in the future, they have one of the top freshman teams in the county. So when that group gets ready and they develop, they're going to be one heck of a football team.
Noah, you will always be my favorite deep freshman and JV analyst in San Diego County. That is by far your wheelhouse.
Guys. You got to develop guys. It's like looking at the farm systems.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that's why you're nasty in the show, is that you developed that farm system in your franchises probably. Okay, so the last team is Helix. I'll set the table with, we don't have 100% clarity on eligibility of transfers and when everything gets set up and that whole team is running. Yes, they will most likely be something that is state or nationally recognized and ranked. So whether we're talking about it being a couple weeks until that or at the beginning of the season, we don't for sure know, but I will let my analysts kind of go where they want with that. Noah, you can go first on Helix. Your takes.
I think this year brings a whole new dynamic to Helix football. I mean, we know them as the cream of the crop program in San Diego County, and I feel like they're going to embody the challenge of everything that's going on. I feel like this is going to be a nice little wrinkle to what they already do with the COVID-19 situation. I think they're going to embrace, what they have to deal with, and it's going to be exciting for them. They're running out of challenges, man. They're so elite, and they represent San Diego so well. They're going to use this. They're going to use this to challenge their guys. They're going to have everything set up, and they're going to hit the ground running again. I think regardless of what happens in the challenge situations, by the end of the season, you're going to expect Helix to be at the top, and I'm excited to see what this program brings for us, and I'm going to get my popcorn ready for 2020, 2021.
He's going to get his popcorn ready. Tommy Morris, what do you got on the Helix Highlanders?
I'm going to go and assume that everyone's eligible to start the season before I start this, so just getting that out of the way. And if that is the case, this is a clear favorite to win open division. And very, very close, probably close to a team that could maybe compete with some of those schools up in the Trinity League. I think that they would be able to beat some of the lower, like the lower teams in the Trinity League. Obviously, the Modern Days and Bosco's are kind of out of reach here, but definitely a team that can compete with like J. Sarah or Santa Margarita, which is very impressive. I mean, again, that's the toughest league in the country, in my opinion. So this is a team that has a very real shot of winning a state title in one of those higher divisions. Maybe not the 1A division, but the 1AA. I think they've got to be the favorite for that second Division I state title based off what we have on paper. It is going to be tough with transfers to get them to learn everything really quickly. Obviously, the two coming from Bishops and Buckner and Petrie. But I mean, we know what Buckner can do. I don't think that just happened because he was at a smaller division. He was doing that stuff against Poway and El Camino, and that's with a team with 25 dudes. So he is the real deal. He will be the best quarterback in Southern California, probably with the exception of maybe the dude they're going to see week 1 in Miller Moss. So if he gets to play the whole time, this is a team that could easily run the table in the regular season. Again, Alameda is going to be a really tough game. That's a really, really good team up there in Los Angeles. But other than that, I don't see a game on the schedule they should lose. And like I said, the team that is the clear runaway starting favorite for the championship in the open division.
Bodie De Silva, close us out.
Yeah, I want to talk about a few guys. We obviously know the transfers, but defensively, Jaden Brown and Jerry Riggins were two guys who made huge impacts as a junior last year to lead them to the Open title. Will return this year. So, and then Sean Martinez. I mean, he was league player of the year as an offensive lineman as a junior. I mean, that's high praise there. I expect him to have another huge year, and now he's obviously got Josh Simmons on the line as well. So. Everything all the other guys have said is true. This is a team that should be really elite, and by the end of the year, would be very surprised if anyone in the county is better than they are.
And I want to add this to Christian. I mean, they know obviously lose out. I know, but Christian.
Oh no,
Tommy.
Player that's not supposed to be. It's like what?
Run that back again.
Did I read?
Yeah.
It's because Christian Washington ice in his veins, and I mentioned his name, so I froze. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Nothing I can do about it. But he will be one of the top running backs, if not running county. So you have arguably the best quarterback. Well, not probably quarterback in the county, arguably the best running back in the county. This is going to be a San Diego All-Star team out of Helix.
Well, there you go. It's going to be a San Diego All-Star team. You guys are my All-Star team. Bodie, Noah, Tommy, thank you very much for putting up with my mediocre internet today. I really appreciate everybody out there watching. Guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you, everyone, for staying indoors. So that means that we can get back into this studio quicker. We'll talk to you next week, sports fans.